We all imagine Hollywood stars living the dream mansions, private jets, and bank accounts stacked with millions. But what if I told you that some of the very names who once ruled red carpets are now worth less than the average suburban home? From Oscar winners to chart-topping singers, their fortunes have crumbled in ways that will leave you stunned. And one star on this list went from a $150 million empire to less than $500,000 today. You'll see who when we reach the top 5. Hollywood has always looked like the land of endless riches. The flashing lights, the movie premieres, the million-dollar paychecks. It all paints a picture of stars who could never run out of money. But behind the scenes, the reality is far less glamorous. Divorces that cost tens of millions, tax bills that drain entire bank accounts, reckless spending on cars, homes, and parties. These are just a few of the traps that turned fortune into financial freefall. And when you compare their net worth to the average American household income of about $75,000 a year, the contrast becomes even more shocking. So today, we are counting down 18 Hollywood street stars with surprisingly low net worths. From singers who top the charts to actors who once pulled in millions per film, these are the names you'd least expect to be struggling with money. And remember that star who lost over $149 million? We'll get to them before the end. She was once hailed as one of the greatest voices of her generation. As the lead singer of The Fugees, and later as a solo artist, Lauryn Hill reached global superstardom in the late 90 seconds. Her album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, sold over 20 million copies and won 5 Grammys, cementing her as a music legend. And yet, today, her net worth is estimated at around $8 million. That's only about 106 times the average American salary, far from the hundreds of millions many of her peers have banked. So, what happened? Years away from the spotlight, controversial public appearances, and most damaging of all, serious tax troubles. In 2013, Lauryn even served prison time for failing to pay nearly $2 million in taxes. Still, despite her financial setbacks, her influence on hip-hop and R&B remains untouchable. Lauryn Hill may not be one of Hollywood's wealthiest stars, but her cultural legacy will always outweigh the numbers in her bank account. In the late 90 seconds and early 2000 seconds, Chris Tucker was one of Hollywood's highest-paid comedy stars. His role as Detective James Carter in the Rush Hour franchise turned him into a household name, and at one point, Tucker earned a record-breaking $25 million for a single movie. But today, his net worth sits at just $5 million. That's about 66 times the average American salary, a fraction of what you'd expect for someone who once headlined blockbusters worldwide. The reason? Lavish spending, a quiet stretch away from acting, and a costly battle with the IRS. At one point, Tucker owed more than $14 million in back taxes, which nearly pushed him into bankruptcy. Despite the setbacks, he's still beloved for his quick wit and on-screen charisma. And every time fans rewatch Rush Hour, it's a reminder of how quickly fortune can rise and fall in Hollywood. Drea De Matteo made her mark on television with one of the most iconic roles of the 2000 seconds Adriana La Serva on The Sopranos. Her performance earned her an Emmy Award and later led to major roles in Desperate Housewives and Sons of Anarchy. At the height of her career, Drea was a familiar face on primetime television. But today, her net worth is only about $4 million, roughly 53 times the average American salary. Why so low for such a recognizable star? Part of it comes down to the television business itself. Actors on ensemble shows often don't make as much as the leads. Add in years of lower-profile work, personal struggles, and the unpredictable nature of Hollywood casting, and her finances never reached blockbuster levels. Still, Drea remains a cult favorite for fans of gritty, groundbreaking television. And while her fortune may not match her fame, her legacy on shows like The Sopranos ensures her place in television history. Adelaide Kane rose to fame as the star of the CW's Reign, playing Mary, Queen of Scots. Her role brought her international recognition, and she went on to appear in hits like Teen Wolf and Once Upon a Time. Despite her steady work, Adelaide's net worth is estimated at just $4 million, about 53 times the average American salary. That's modest compared to many of her Hollywood peers. Kane herself has spoken openly about money, revealing in a viral TikTok that actors often don't earn as much as fans think. After paying managers, agents, lawyers, taxes, and covering the high cost of living in Los Angeles, much of her paycheck disappears. Her honesty struck a chord with fans, showing that even recognizable faces on our screens can face financial realities that sound a lot closer to everyday life than Hollywood luxury. Before we hit number 14, let's pause. If there's one trap that drains Hollywood fortunes the fastest, it's lifestyle. Multi-million-dollar paychecks turn into mansions, cars, and endless parties. But when the fame fades, those bills remain. And no one shows this better than our next star, Charlie Sheen. At one point, Charlie Sheen was the highest-paid actor on television. His role on 2.5 Men earned him nearly $2 million per episode, and his movies like Platoon and Wall Street made him a Hollywood icon. But today, Charlie Sheen's net worth is only around $3 million, about 40 times the average American salary. A shocking figure for someone who once had contracts worth over $100 million. So where did it all go? A series of highly publicized scandals, substance abuse issues, multiple divorces, and expensive legal battles drained his fortune. Even his famous number-winning phase in 2011, when he toured the country and went viral, couldn't stop the financial freefall. Charlie Sheen is a perfect example of how quickly fame and fortune can evaporate, leaving behind a cautionary tale that Hollywood excess always comes at a cost. In the early 2000s, Lindsay Lohan was everywhere. From The Parent Trap to Mean Girls, she was one of Disney's brightest young stars and seemed destined for a long, lucrative career. But fast forward to today, and Lindsay's net worth is estimated at only $2 million, around 26 times the average American salary. For someone who once commanded millions per film, that number is surprisingly low. The reasons are well documented. Years of legal troubles, multiple stints in rehab, and a reputation that made studios hesitant to hire her. Lavish spending on luxury homes, cars, and parties only worsened the situation. In recent years, Lindsay has been working on a comeback, starring in Netflix projects and building her brand again. While her fortune may not match her peak, her name still carries weight in pop culture, proof that even after a financial fall, a Hollywood star can shine again. Stephen Baldwin may not be as famous as his brothers, Alec or William, but he carved out his own path in Hollywood. He appeared in films like The Usual Suspects and even joined reality shows, keeping his name in the spotlight. Yet today, Stephen's net worth is estimated at just $1 million, about 13 times the average American salary. That's shockingly low for a member of one of Hollywood's most recognized families. His money troubles have been very public. He's filed for bankruptcy, faced foreclosure on his home, and even had run-ins with the IRS over unpaid taxes. Add in a career that never reached the heights of his brothers, and it's easy to see why his finances remain strained. Still, Stephen Baldwin has kept working, from independent films to reality television. While his net worth may pale in comparison to his family name, He remains a reminder that fame doesn't always guarantee fortune. Fans of Gossip Girl will remember Kelly Rutherford as Lily Vander Woodson, the stylish, wealthy mother in the Upper East Side drama. On screen, she embodied glamour and privilege. Off-screen, her financial story turned out to be the opposite. Today, Kelly's net worth is around $1 million, roughly 13 times the average American salary. That's a far cry from the fortune fans might expect of a television star with a long career. So, what went wrong? The main culprit was a devastating custody battle with her ex-husband. Years of court fights drained her finances, forcing her to file for bankruptcy in 2013. She revealed that legal fees alone had swallowed more than $1.5 million, and debts kept piling up. Despite the financial setbacks, Kelly remains beloved by Gossip Girl fans, and her story is a sobering reminder that even television royalty can lose nearly everything when personal struggles collide with financial reality. Before we move on to House on Zero, let's talk about another Hollywood money trap: divorce and legal battles. Even stars with steady careers can see millions vanish in courtrooms between attorney fees, custody fights, and settlements. And our next star, Terry Polo, is a clear example of how fast those battles can wipe out a fortune. You might recognize Terry Polo as Pam Fokker from the blockbuster comedy series Meet the Parents, alongside Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro. The trilogy grossed nearly $1 billion worldwide, and Polo's face was instantly recognizable to audiences everywhere. But despite starring in one of the most successful comedy franchises of all time, Terry Polo's net worth today is only about $800,000, around 10 times the average American salary. So how did this happen? Like many stars on this list, financial troubles caught up with her. She filed for bankruptcy in 2014, citing more than $700,000 in debt, including unpaid taxes. Even continued work in television, like The Fosters, wasn't enough to fully rebuild her finances. Terry Polo's story proves that even being part of a billion-dollar movie franchise doesn't guarantee lasting wealth in Hollywood. For a generation of Nickelodeon fans, Drake Bell was a household name. As the star of Drake and Josh, he became one of the most recognizable teen actors of the 2000s. And music fans will remember his pop-rock career that followed. But despite his early success, Drake Bell's net worth today is only about $600,000, roughly 8 times the average American salary. Why so low? Years of financial missteps and scandals dragged him down. In 2014, Bell filed for bankruptcy, revealing nearly $600,000 in debt. He also faced legal issues and career setbacks that limited his earning potential. Unlike other child stars who transitioned smoothly into adult roles, his career never fully took off after Nickelodeon. Drake Bell's story is a cautionary tale of how early fame doesn't always translate into lifelong financial security, especially when poor money management and controversy enter the picture. Gary Busey once stood at the top of Hollywood. He earned an Academy Award nomination for The Buddy Holly Story and went on to appear in major films like Lethal Weapon and Point Break. His larger-than-life personality made him unforgettable both on and off screen. But today, Gary Busey's net worth is estimated at just $500,000, around 6.6 times the average American salary. That's shockingly low for someone with a career spanning more than 5 decades. The reasons are layered. A near-fatal motorcycle accident in 1988 left him with long-term health issues. Expensive medical bills piled up, and his career slowed. Later, Busey filed for bankruptcy in 2012, citing over $500,000 in debt. Despite his financial struggles, he remains a cult favorite, known for his eccentric appearances on reality television and conventions. Gary Busey's story shows how even critical acclaim and decades in Hollywood can still leave an actor with very little in the bank. Janice Dickinson once called herself the world's first supermodel, and for good reason. In the 1,970 seconds and 80 seconds, she graced countless magazine covers, walked for the biggest fashion houses, and earned a reputation as one of the most glamorous women on the planet. Later, she became a reality television staple, appearing on shows like America's Next Top Model. But despite her fame, Janice Dickinson's net worth today is only around $500,000, about 6.6 times the average American salary. Her financial collapse became public in 2013 when she filed for bankruptcy. Court documents revealed nearly $1 million in debt, including unpaid taxes and credit card bills. Her lavish lifestyle, combined with inconsistent work, left her finances in ruins. Even so, Janice remains a pop culture icon. Her bold personality and unapologetic confidence kept her in the spotlight, even when the money was gone. Before we get to #6, let's look at one more trap that's drained Hollywood fortunes: taxes and bad investments. From missed IRS payments to trusting the wrong advisors, many stars have lost millions without ever realizing it until it was too late. And our next name, Sinbad, shows just how devastating those tax bills can be. In the 90 seconds, Sinbad was one of America's most beloved comedians. He headlined HBO specials, starred in family comedies like Jingle All the Way and First Kid, and was a constant presence on television. His clean, energetic humor made him a household favorite. But today, Sinbad's net worth is estimated at just $500,000, around 6.6 times the average American salary. So, what happened? Financial missteps and overwhelming tax debts. Sinbad filed for bankruptcy multiple times, including a 2013 case where he reported owing the IRS more than $10 million. And in recent years, health challenges have made his situation even more difficult. In 2020, he suffered a severe stroke, leaving him in recovery and unable to work at his former pace. Fans still love him, and many have rallied with support. But his story is a poignant reminder: even fame, talent, and decades of laughter can't guarantee financial security. Tori Spelling grew up in unimaginable luxury. As the daughter of legendary television producer Aaron Spelling, the man behind Beverly Hills, 90210, and Dynasty, she was Hollywood royalty from birth. And when she starred as Donna Martin on 90210, her fame skyrocketed. But despite her famous last name and television success, Tori Spelling's net worth today is only around $500,000, about 6.6 times the average American salary. The shocking twist? When her father passed in 2006, his estate was worth an estimated $600 million. Yet, Tori inherited just $800,000 after taxes. Combined with a lavish lifestyle, multiple real estate missteps, and well-documented shopping habits, her fortune quickly dwindled. Tori has been candid about her struggles, admitting that she often lives paycheck to paycheck. It's a stark reminder that even being born into Hollywood wealth doesn't guarantee financial stability. Reality television fans know Kim Zolciak-Biermann from The Real Housewives of Atlanta and her own spin-off Don't Be Tardy. For years, she showcased a glamorous lifestyle designer clothes, luxury cars, and a sprawling Georgia mansion. But behind the scenes, her finances were unraveling. Today, Kim's net worth is estimated at just $300,000, around 4 times the average American salary. Mounting debt, expensive tastes, and foreclosure battles with her home dragged her fortune down. Reports surfaced of unpaid credit cards, ballooning tax bills, and lawsuits from creditors. Even her marriage to NFL player Croy Bierman, once a financial cushion, turned into more legal and financial trouble as the couple faced bankruptcy rumors and divorce drama. Kim Zolciak-Bierman is proof that the glossy image of reality television often hides a much harsher financial reality. Heidi Montag shot to fame in the mid-2000 seconds as one of the breakout stars of MTV's The Hills. Alongside Lauren Conrad and Spencer Pratt, she became a reality television phenomenon, earning hefty paychecks and constant tabloid attention. At her peak, Heidi and Spencer reportedly made nearly $2 million a year, and their combined fortune was said to be close to $10 million. But today, Heidi's personal net worth is estimated at just $300,000, only about 4 times the average American salary. So, where did it all go? She and Spencer admitted to blowing through their fortune on luxury shopping, plastic surgeries, and a notoriously extravagant lifestyle. From $10,000 shopping sprees to $1 million spent on clothes in a single year, the money disappeared faster than it came in. While Heidi has since returned to reality television and embraced motherhood, her story remains one of Hollywood's clearest examples of how fame and fortune can fade almost overnight. Spencer Pratt became a household name alongside Heidi Montag on MTV's The Hills. Known as the show's villain, he leaned into the drama, and together with Heidi, the couple cashed in on reality television fame, earning millions at their peak. But just like Heidi, Spencer's fortune evaporated quickly. Today, his net worth is estimated at only $300,000, about 4 times the average American salary. Spencer has openly admitted to reckless spending. The couple burned through millions on designer clothes, crystals, luxury vacations, and attempts to maintain A-list celebrity status. He once said, "We thought we were Jay-Z and Beyoncé." By the early 2010 seconds, their empire had collapsed, leaving them scrambling for work. While they've since returned to smaller reality projects and built a loyal fan base on social media, Spencer's story shows how chasing fame without financial discipline can turn millions into thousands in the blink of an eye. For Disney Channel fans of the early 2000 seconds, Christy Carlson Romano was everywhere. She starred as Ren Stevens on Even Stevens alongside a young Shia LaBeouf, voiced the iconic Kim Possible, and even headlined the Disney Channel original movie Cadet Kelly. At the height of her career, she was one of the network's most recognizable faces. But despite her fame, Christie's net worth today is estimated at only $250,000, just a little over 3 times the average American salary. So, what happened? Unlike some child stars who transitioned into blockbuster adult roles, Christie struggled to keep her career momentum. She admitted to poor financial decisions, spending recklessly, not saving, and missing out on opportunities to build wealth when she was younger. In recent years, Christie has been candid about her struggles on YouTube, opening up about life after Disney and the challenges of money management in Hollywood. While her fortune is small, her honesty has made her a respected voice for former child actors facing similar struggles. Christy Carlson Romano's story is a reminder that fame at a young age doesn't guarantee lifelong security, and in Hollywood, financial survival can be just as elusive as stardom itself. After hearing all 18 stories, a pattern starts to emerge. So, what are the biggest reasons Hollywood stars go from millions to barely making ends meet? Reason 1: lifestyle inflation. When the paychecks are huge, the spending often grows even faster. Luxury homes, exotic cars, private jets. It feels endless until it isn't. Reason 2: divorce and legal battles. A single high-profile divorce can wipe out tens of millions. Add in custody fights and endless attorney fees, and fortunes crumble quickly. Reason 3. Taxes and bad investments. From Lauryn Hill to Sinbad, unpaid taxes have destroyed bank accounts. Others trusted the wrong advisors, poured money into doomed businesses, or fell for scams. Together, these traps have humbled even Hollywood's brightest stars, reminding us that managing money wisely is just as important as earning it. From Lauryn Hill's tax troubles to Charlie Sheen's scandals, from Tori Spelling's inheritance shock to Christy Carlson Romano's Disney struggles, these stories reveal a side of Hollywood we rarely see. Fame may fill the spotlight, but it doesn't guarantee fortune. Divorces, lavish lifestyles, reckless spending, and tax battles have left some of the most recognizable stars with net worths lower than you'd ever imagine. And when you compare their fortunes to the average American income, it's even more striking. Many of these stars live with just a few times what everyday families earn each year, proof that Hollywood wealth can disappear faster than it arrives. So, what can we take away from this? That managing money, no matter how much you make, is just as important as earning it. Even the brightest stars can fall if they don't protect their fortune. Which of these names shocked you the most? And who do you think might be the next Hollywood star to face a financial downfall? Thanks for watching this countdown on Echoes of Hollywood. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who love diving into the hidden stories of fame and fortune. And remember, behind every red carpet smile, there's often a very different story waiting to be told.